Okay. So in this section, okay, you've got them on your email list. Now what? Now what do you do with them? Okay. I'm gonna tell you first the mistakes that I see. Okay. People all the time will just send emails randomly whenever they want. It's usually a huge rant or link after link after link after link. Buy this, buy this, buy this. Look, your email is this sweet place that you get to connect with those who are getting your emails. Okay. It's the place to build like and trust. It's a place to get to know them better. Okay. And it's a place to serve them. Sales should never be anything but serving them. If it feels salesy, it needs to flip and you need to see it as I'm serving you. Okay, there's a million people selling makeup. There's a million people selling essential oils. We buy those because we find this person who hears us, who sees us, who tells us funny stories or tells us stories that make us cry, but we feel connected. And so that's what you have to do with your emails. I met the other day with Debbie. Debbie is a blogger, amazing gal. She teaches a ton of different, just about blogging, amazing resources. And I just happened to ask her because I noticed, because I'm on her email list, that she was doing a lot more emails than she had regularly been doing. And I asked her, I knew who she had been following, and I said, like, has that made a big difference? And Debbie, we were on a Zoom call, and Debbie goes, well, let me just put it this way. I now make about $10,000 a month just from my email. My jaw hit the floor, honestly. Okay, like, one, she has a good size email, but I love how she does her emails. Okay. And I know who taught her how to do it because I followed the same person and I use the same format. And I use the same format in the email 101 so that you can be using it too. But it's storytelling, it's giving some benefits. Because remember, people buy for benefits, not the features. Okay. And here's the powerful thing we see when we trust that person and they say, oh my gosh, this was the best thing. We're like, oh, okay. Like we trust their opinion. Okay. And that's what she is seeing. So she has in her email, like she'll highlight a couple of affiliates. She has her own digital products. She'll put those at the end. And it just, man, it just works so well. I've seen that in my own. I'm not making 10,000 a month, just telling you. But my email list is not like hers yet. But what I see is that when you start to build that, when you start to show that, then people are like, it's that trust. The one way to sell on social media is trust. I love these t-shirts. Oh, they're so soft. They are so comfy. And I saw them on a Facebook ad. Now, I am super leery about buying anything off a Facebook ad. But there were all of these customers talking about these t-shirts, talking about the true to size, talking about how soft they are. I'm a snob when it comes to t-shirts because that hard kind of feel like stiff, I just don't like it. I will end up not wearing it. And so I will tell you though, there was probably 20, 25 people. And when I replied to a couple of those people and asked a few questions, um, it wasn't the company that responded back to me. It was the actual customers that responded. I bought several t-shirts. Their back end funnel is amazing to get you to buy more, but it was these reviews from people that loved the product. So if you're going to try to sell on social media, that's how you have to do it. But in email, it's what do you love? What do you recommend? And I'm going to give you a little caveat with this, okay? Make sure that you really do love it, that you really have tried it, okay? I have had instances, I can think of one in particular, where somebody highly recommended this email gal. I mean, like, oh, she's the cat's meow. And I bought the course. I bought the lower priced, whatever she was offering. And it was awful, awful. And I actually emailed the person. It was the first time I've ever asked to have my money back on a course. It was that awful. And so I emailed the person on the email list and I said, have you actually like used your product? Like, because what she's teaching is super old. It was a lot of just fluff and not a ton of content. Here's what the person told me. They're like, well, I bought it, but I've never used it, but I'm an affiliate. I said, well, your affiliate's probably coming back. It's probably going back to her because I asked for a refund. I said, I really would not recommend something that I don't love. Okay, so what is it? What are those things that you love? And it relates to what you're selling. You're selling essential oils. What roller bottles do you love? What fractionated coconut oil or oil for your roller bottles do you love? Those are things that people need to know and you can make money off of. So mapping that out, like in the email 101, I map that out with you. I don't map it out with you. You map it out. Let me clarify. But you map it out so that you know, like, here's what I'm going to promote. Here are the benefits. Here's how to write those emails. Okay. Email is it's just that place. Okay. So anyway, that's part of the journey. Okay, in the next part, we're going to talk about content. Okay, now this is a bonus. To unlock that bonus, you have to do a couple things. Okay, so make sure in your member portal that you look at that, unlock that bonus, and you'll get the free bonus. Okay, but we're going to talk about content. What do you post? How often? How do you repurpose? Like specifically, how do you repurpose? Okay, so I hope you'll grab that.